All right, guys, what's up? It's Hayes Mobile Auto Repair in Brandon, Mississippi. All right, we're gonna go look at this Silverado 2000 model, I believe. Got a mechanic coming out there and put an ignition switch in his car. So what happened?
I got this ignition paddles and changed out on it.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? What was the reason?
It was stripped out.
The ignition cylinder was?
Mm-hmm.
It was stripped out for you?
Yep.
So you got a new lock cylinder in there.
Yep.
A new lock cylinder in there. You got the key?
That's it.
How's it spinning? It's spinning pretty good?
Yep.
Oh, it spins over? You told me it didn't spin over on the phone.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's what you told me on the phone though, right?
Yeah.
It's not turning over. It's not, there's no lights in the dash. The only thing you see is the brake light. Ah, the battery light. The only thing you see is the battery light. Well, that's not good right there. Has it always been like that?
Well, I really just bought the truck, so I don't really know just too much.
Okay, that's better. All right, you just bought the truck. You really don't know anything about the truck yet. So you don't know if those lights are on or not.
No, I drove it here, and after I got that ignition housing changed, it never cranked back up.
Another path here. Okay, what else? What another thing? What happened?
Like right there on the side, there's a wire that wasn't connected that he connected. I don't know what that did.
There's a wire down here.
Like right there on the side.
Show me where it is. Oh, this right here. Oh, I see it. I see it. He's talking about a little wire that they have on the park on the on where your gear is. All that is that right there. So that works. That's connected. You said it wasn't connected? Where is it not connected to? Down here?
Now he put this blue piece on there to connect them both.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
They're just splicing together. That's for the gear shift. That's for the gear shift. It lights up, and it's showing what it's showing. Oh, that's not working either. So you can't even shift it.
Oh, there it is. I never seen that light, the security light. It just came on.
When I turn the key off, it does. What light? Where's it at?
Over there in the corner.
Oh, security light. Oh, it's blinking. Yeah, because the key's off. When you turn it on, that's when you know. And you'll have a little lock down here. But none of your gauges are working. And you don't remember any of these gauges working before?
Yeah, it was working on them on the way home.
So when you turned the key on, all the lights came on in the dash? All right, well, let's follow that problem. All right. All right, let's get back in here. Let's follow. I'm not going to follow the ignition switch for the simple fact that when I turn the key, the vehicle turns over. So I'm not going to follow that quite yet. What I'm going to do, I noticed the fuel pump's not kicking on. I turn the key off, turn it on. Fuel pump's not kicking on. Check engine light's not coming on. None of the other lights are coming on. So it's going to be, you know, lost voltage somewhere, bad fuse, possibly. So let's get in the fuse box and check some fuses. All right, I'm looking at the schematic. All my ECM fuses are right here in the center, right over the ETC, the engine computer. All of them are on this top row. The ignition E, all of them are right here. And what I've noticed, no voltage on the ignition. Okay, no voltage on the ETC. So we definitely have a power issue here. I might have to pull that column a bit. I might have to pull that ignition switch out because that's crazy. You got a new ignition switch in that thing? You do? Brand new. What about the electrical part? Not the electrical part. Let me get the schematic up and let's see how it works. So I stopped with the ignition switcher right now. It's back on the fuse box. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start looking for all these engine fuse 1, the ETC, the ignition E fuse, all of them are dead. Although what I can do is I can give voltage to those dead fuses, and let's see what happens. Oh, the lights come on in the dash, start it up. And it dies immediately, I guess. I'll try it again. All right, so we're gonna trace that back to the source, and hopefully we'll find a problem. Engine 1, where are you at? Engine 1, right here. It gets its power through there, up there, to the ignition switch. That's where it gets its power. And it'll be the red wire going into the switch, and then it comes out and it powers up the turn signals. Key is on, turn signals are not coming on. It powers up the ignition 1 fuse. We know there's no power there. Let's see if the wipers work. Wipers don't work either, so that's dead too. It all feeds from the ignition switch, and that powers up the wipers and everything, and that's on the other side of the switch, the other wire. All right, what I found was this was a little bit broken on the very end of that, and it was, something was jacked up inside of here. So I just popped it out and took that broken piece that was keeping that thing pushed up. So now we have lights again. Vehicle still won't start. I mean, we're making small steps, and I had to use my fingers on this one to turn it off and on. That's the key off. This is key on. All my lights come on. Check engine light is on. That service engine light, service engine is the check engine light. But now we have a no start. It cranks, but it does not start. I got 11 volts, 11 volts. There's no voltage on there, and that's the same one. It's this middle one right here. But if you push it down, it completes the circuit, and you'll have 11 volts, which is not happening at all. We got 11 volts there, and we got 11 volts there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 of the 5 have comp voltage all the time. The brown one does not have voltage unless I push the little tab down for the ignition switch. All right, we're back out here in the fuse box area. I should have voltage on this one pin, on this fuse right now, and I do. All right, so we'll have our voltages again. We have our voltages again. Yep, we have our voltages. We're good. You knew that already. I know. But it still won't start. What else is going on? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Well, you know what? No, it should have started. It should have started. Well, as long as the key's in the on position. Yeah, it doesn't start. It doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be plugged in to there for the engine to start. My security light is not on. Battery light is still on. You know what? I'm gonna do it again for you. He just got this truck. So let's do this, guys. We got our voltages back. There's no trouble codes on this vehicle. Let's go ahead. I don't hear the fuel pump kicking on. So we might have to go another direction. So let's go get some spray. some carb cleaner, brake cleaner, and let's just squirt some in there and see if we can keep it running like that. Just to test. Because I don't hear that fuel pump kicking on. I want to know if it's something like, you know, the spark is shutting off. The computer or the coils are no longer sparking. Or is it just a fuel issue? Because the lights are on now. I got voltage on all my main fuses. So, let's see if this thing stays running. All right, start it up. All right, there it is, guys. Now we have to chase another problem. So now we're going to be chasing why the fuel pump's not kicking on. Start it up one more time. It's going to shut off and die. Do it again. All right, now I'm going to keep it running. Start it up. All right, so now we're going for that. You follow me along, right? All right, good. So it runs. It doesn't run bad. It's a little loud, but it's running. Sounds pretty good, actually. Now why are the fuel pump not kicking on? My flashlight, please. Let's check the relay. Fuel pump relay is going to be right here. You got that cover in there? It's dark, man. Everything gets crazy when it gets dark. Thanks. Fuel pump relay is going to be, it's going to be this fuse or this relay right here. It's going to be that relay right there. Let's hope it's just a fuel pump problem. Next. All right, I'm looking down at these. There's a bunch of fuses here, relays. There's this little, I don't like one of these. I don't like seeing those things around. That like something's been jumped off to keep running. You know? I'm gonna check this relay. Make sure we got 2 out of 4 prongs in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to see 2 hot leads on any of those plugs. 2 of them. I need 2 of them. For a relay to work, you need at least 2 hots. All right, got the power probe. Got me a pin right here. Sorry, the lighting sucks. Okay, so go ahead and turn the key on. Wait, hold up, never mind, shut it back off. Power probe's disconnected. I gotta rehook it up. We're gonna hook it up to the alternator. All right, turn the key on. No voltage there, no voltage there, voltage there, and voltage there. Okay. Well, we got our voltages. We got 2 voltages, 2 hots. 2 12 volts, 1 there and 1 there. Okay. Furthest closest to you, voltage, voltage. One of these other ones should be a ground. I got a ground. And I got a... All right, guys, now we're down to the fuel pump now, so it's gonna need a fuel pump. I have voltage. When he cranks it up, and he's gonna show you right now. Go ahead and crank it up for me. This is what I'm touching now is the pin for the wire that goes straight to the fuel pump. Hold up. You see I got 12. So I'm getting voltage back there. It's just the fuel pump is bad. Start it up. He's gonna start it up. And this is going to be the pin going to the fuel pump itself. Underneath this pin right here is the wire that goes straight to the fuel pump. So go ahead and start it. We want to see 12 volts if it's sending voltage. All right, it's sending voltage. Starts up and dies immediately. All right, I can also give power here And I'm sending voltage to the fuel pump right now. Start it. Nothing. So he's going to need a fuel pump more than likely. We can go back there and smack it, maybe. Smack the fuel tank. I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that just to see if we can get to start up one more time. All right, guys. Now, on this truck, we're going to have to come out there another time because I want to drop that tank and check the wires. I see the gas tank when I was down there, and you'll see it on the other video. The gas tank is hanging low on the edge closest to the driver's seat. You know, that part of the tank is just like, is leaning. So I'm thinking someone's been in there. Maybe they had that problem before. Maybe it's a broke wire, a loose connection, something like that. I don't know. We'll check that on the next video. He just bought this truck, so anything could be going wrong with that. I'm guessing, if I was just guessing right now, I'm guessing, yeah, they put a fuel pump on there because they were having problems with it. This is my ESP. And, you know, it started sometimes and run for a minute, and some other times it wouldn't. So that's where I'm going with this one. And I'll see you next week on the continuation of this video. And we'll get that one fixed up. I'm out of here. Later, guys.